Come unwrap some holiday magic this season in Denver, where the lights are brighter and the shopping is grander, where the season feels a whole lot more wonderful. Discover great hotels and more things to do at milehighholidays.com. Come unwrap some holiday magic this season in Denver, where the lights are brighter and the shopping is grander. The shows are more spectacular, the trees taller, the festivities merrier. So come for your holiday traditions or make some new ones with your friends and family in the Mile High City, where the season feels a whole lot more wonderful. Discover great hotels and more things to do at milehighholidays.com.
The pop culture field manual.
What's going on, world? It's us, the dudes from Pop Culture Field Manual Podcast. My name is Cameron Fath, and I'm with my dear friend
Israel Wright, and I'm with my dear friend Chris Pascal.
Oh yeah, don't forget.
Hi guys.
He's not important, but what is important is.
Ouch.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, what is important is the episode we were talking about today. Sorry, Chris.
Guys, I
love you.
I can just turn your mics all the way down.
It's okay.
So
and then
no
I'll
one-
just scream into the mic.
It'll be the Chris show from now
It'll be
on.
the Chris show.
The pop
from now
culture
on.
Chris.
No,
manual.
Chris is the gears that keep this machine turning.
Totally.
It'll be 20 minutes of silence, and then you'll just hear me go, that was Bob Barker.
Well, Israel, let them know what we're going to be talking about today. I know you're excited for this
I'm
intro.
very excited for this intro that I wrote. I worked very hard on it. There you are. An army of robot zombies is charging across a decimated city.
Beep, boop,
Flying
bop.
demons from hell fill a nuclear winter-clouded post-apocalyptic sky. A computer virus has taken control of all modern technology and turned it against mankind, and the dogs and cats are living together.
Oh, my God.
Look, we've all had tough and trying Tuesdays. But the real question is, whatever life-threatening, world-ending, or terribly inconvenient situation in which you may find yourself in this sick and twisted and pop culture-filled world, you are going to want by your side, besides Cameron and Izzy, a dream team, folks.
Yes.
A team of superheroes or supervillains, depending on which way you swing. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Today, this episode is the Pop Culture Field Manual Dream Team. Cameron and I have put together two teams of super amazing pop culture figures
To war!
to which we can apply any and all combat scenarios in the multiverse, basically.
Absolutely, in the metaverse. So, basically, in a nutshell, Israel and I have composed some of our favorite villains, heroes, video game characters, movie characters, historical figures, anybody. And this is the people that subjectively are going to war with us. If something happens, if demons are filling the sky from hell with nuclear winter clouded post-apocalyptic skies, this is who we have chosen to come along with us.
We probably could take on any situation with these people.
Oh, absolutely. And I know you worked very hard on this, and I did not at all.
A little too hard.
A little too hard. You got too excited for this.
I got
episode.
really excited about the intro, and then I was like, you know what I'm going to do? You mind if I start?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
I'm encouraging you to start.
All right. So basically, I had to give myself a little bit of a format because when you think about a dream team, I know all of you are doing it right now in your cars. Like, oh, this guy. Oh, why didn't they see this person? Oh, what about this character from this series? And it's like, there's too many. There's
There's way too many characters. But hey, if you have that idea while driving, go ahead and pull over and compose your own list and send it to us. We'd love to hear it.
Yes, it's okay if you're late for work. Just do it right now because it's very important. But anyway, I wanted to format my team after a 12-man ODA in Special Forces, an Operational Detachment Alpha. So in ODA, there are 12 men. There's 2 of each specialty. So there's 2 Bravos, which are weapons, engineer, 2 of them, 2 medics, 2 comms guys, and there's a team leader, a team sergeant, an intel sergeant, which is an 18 Foxtrot, and then a warrant officer.
Yes.
So I tried to fill all those roles just to give myself a little bit of structure because I would have spent all day on this. As it is, I spent...
I'm sure. And since you decided to do an ODA, and when I read that, I said, really? I said, really? Of course you went that way. So what I did for my team is I constructed a superior ranger platoon of kick-ass badasses. So I can't wait to hear how dumb your list is and come at you with a greater list.
All right, prepare to cry, Cameron.
All right, man. Tears are ready. Tears full cocked.
So here we go. 18 Bravo. This is the weapons sergeant. This is the weapons section. So I tried to pick 2 characters from pop culture that are kind of in that realm. So first one up, Cable from the Marvel universe. The character Cable. He's from the future. You saw him in Deadpool 2. If you saw that movie, he was played by Josh Brolin. But he's been around since the 90s. But he's half cybernetic super soldier from the 39th century on Earth.
Oh, is that the second Deadpool who comes back in time?
Yeah, he's not Deadpool, but he first, I forget even what the story is because it wasn't a very good movie, but he comes back in time to kill Deadpool, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in the comic books, there's a super virus, a cybernetic genetic virus that's killing everybody, and he's actually in the storyline, he's actually the son of Jean Grey and Scott Summers, Cyclops and Jean Grey. But actually, it's Jean Grey's clone, and I don't want to get into it, but anyway. But yeah, so and then they send him into the future, and so he's got all sorts of cool abilities. He's telepathic and telekinetic, which is awesome. All right. And he has access to futuristic technology. There's something called the Forge, which he can access, which is what he uses to teleport and time travel and stuff. And he's a weapons master, of course, in the comic books. He's got a robotic arm and a laser eye and all sorts of futuristic weapons. So that would be my first choice.
Okay.
Cable. Yeah. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, no, I've seen Deadpool too.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
No, I definitely know who that is.
He's been around for a long time. I thought Josh Brolin did a good job. I remember following Josh Brolin on Instagram in the lead up to this movie, and it was always he was always posting pictures of him pumping iron. And he's he's in his 50s by now,
Yeah.
So he did a good job.
I think he did a good job. Yeah,
he did a really good job.
Who's your next guy?
The next guy is Eitri, which is the blacksmith played by Peter Dinklage in Avengers: Infinity War.
Is that the one that builds Thor's new axe?
Yeah, he builds Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker,
It's a little much, but Stormbreaker, yeah.
It's a little much.
But I thought that would be cool because he's a blacksmith and he could make any weapon for us. And he obviously has a vast knowledge of weaponry anyway. Mm-hmm. And he's a dwarf,
Yeah, of course.
He's a giant.
But he's
dwarf.
a giant.
He's
dwarf.
a giant dwarf. He's the king of the dwarves in the comic books, in Marvel comic books, and he's on Nidavellir. Yes.
Nice.
But so that would be my Bravo. So it's Charlie's section. Charlie's are the engineers. They basically are building stuff and then blowing stuff up. So they're explosives experts and then also building things. So the first one I came up with is Bomberman. You ever play Bomberman? The Bomberman video? It's a video game series. It's been around forever, from the early days of console and arcade, and now it's still around, So he's basically just a bomb expert. He places bombs, destroys obstacles. That's exactly what an engineer does.
Would you like to know more?
That's it. No, I think that's all you need to know. And then the other guy is, and I'm being a little bit of a poser here. I've never played the series or the franchise, even though everybody's been wanting me to. Mm-hmm. But Steve from Minecraft. He's the main character from Minecraft.
He's actually, he's actually 18 Charlie from an ODA. Secretly,
a literal real person who's an 18 Charlie. No. Because you can build anything. Because the whole idea of Minecraft, as I understand it, because I haven't played it, you build stuff.
Minecraft is lame, people. Minecraft is...
Don't say it. We just lost half our audience.
It's okay. Minecraft is lame. There's a bunch of cubes, and you stack the cubes. And actually, I watched this crazy video about people doing a social experiment and starting their own society in Minecraft and seeing how it actually built up. So they started them from the beginning, zero. They have to discover fire, and they watched all these nations, and there's multiple factions, so they end up going across the sea and repopulating and encounter aboriginals in the... It's crazy video.
What is this?
I wish I knew who put it together because it was really well done, but that was in Minecraft, and I thought it was actually kind of interesting. But I go back to my original point: Minecraft is lame. So sorry if I ruffled your jimmies. I'm not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. You don't expect a sorry from us.
No.
Next up is the 18 Delta section. So this is the medics. And the first one, I had to put this in here, even though he might be a little underpowered in real life. He's a hero. He's a conscious objector. He's true. He's a real person and a real hero, Desmond Doss. And he was the subject of the movie Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, great movie. Great movie.
Played by Andrew Garfield. But he was a real life person. He was a conscientious objector. He was a Seventh-day Adventist in World War II. But he wanted to serve. So he's patriotic, but he didn't want to kill anybody.
Yeah.
So he didn't carry a weapon, but he was a medic, and he ended up on this one engagement, or the Battle of Okinawa, over 75 people. The Army says it was more, and he says it was less. So it's like, who's telling the truth? It's somewhere in the middle. But
It's just like when you explain how heavy your ruck is. Always add 20 pounds.
That's right. Yep. Always add 20% of people that you saved.
Yes.
But he was so awesome. The stories that you hear about him, especially in Okinawa, like I think even like Mel Gibson said when they were making the movie, like they couldn't put all of the true stories in because people wouldn't believe it. Like
I know that. I've heard that story, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's even the movie was like, wow.
Yeah. It's they're the one that I'll tell is like, so he was doing all this great stuff and carrying people and saving all these people, running through the cover of darkness behind enemy lines, saving people and helping people. And then once when he was injured, so he got injured, like I think a grenade exploded and he got injured, and people were carrying him on a litter, and he saw a guy. I'm getting touched. I'm getting emotional right now. He saw another guy who
under
was
the table.
He saw another guy who was. Thank you for that, touching me.
Yes.
He saw another guy who was more injured than he was, and he ordered the guys to stop, put him down, and put that guy on his litter. And then he crawled to an aid station like 300 meters away.
Jeez. Dude's a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Regardless if he's carrying a weapon or not. I mean, hey, you gotta serve. If you're gonna serve, you gotta serve.
He'll do double duty on my team as like the morale officer and like the figurehead of heroism.
Yeah,
and
he's got a crazy country accent. So you just have him say a bunch of words.
Yeah,
just for entertainment purposes.
And all the other team members from other places would be like, "That I like that man's accent." They're British now.
Yeah.
The other person who would probably be a little more practically helpful in this massive team of mine is Aerith Gainsborough from Final Fantasy VII. She's the love interest in the love triangle between Cloud and Tifa. But anyway, she's a healer in the video game, and she's amazing, and she dies. But we won't talk about that. But not in my universe. In my universe, she lives. So now, next, the 18 Echo. This was my position on the ODA. Comms, communications. So who could be my communications people? First one is Oracle, which is Barbara Gordon from the DC universe. She was Batgirl, and then she got shot in the spine by the Joker, and now she uses her skills to help Batman out. In the Arkham games, she's there the whole time, but she doesn't become like part of the story until I think the third game, like Arkham Knight, or the fourth game, I guess. But yeah, she's on computer skills, hacking skills, got all the computer hacking skills. Actually, I saw the Netflix animated movie, or the animated movie Batman: The Killing Joke with Joker, just a couple days ago. I just happened to watch it, and it's really good. It's like the old Batman animated series style, but it's like really gruesome. There's like cursing in it and blood and people getting sex in it. It's wild.
It's wild.
It is wild. But anyway, Oracle. And then the second person is Ed from the Cowboy Bebop series.
Of course.
The anime series, I haven't watched the new series yet on Netflix, the live action series, but she's a computer tech genius. She's kind of a weirdo. She's a super goofy, nerdy genius, and I'm sure she could hack her way and into anything and make cool comms, and I'm sure that would be great. So those are all the specialists, the Bravo, the Charlie, the Delta, and the Echoes. Now the team leader, let's go. We'll start in reverse order. The warrant officer, which on an ODA, warrant officer is kind of the everyman. He's meant to be a specialist who can kind of help out with a lot of different areas, like kind of fill in the blanks and stuff like that. So for me would be Data from Star Trek, because he's an android,
of course.
He's super smart. He can fill in any role, and so that would be my pick. And then the Intel Sergeant, which is the 18 Foxtrot, and shout out to my buddy Gordy from my old ODA. He was a really cool guy, and to this day, he still supports me on Instagram, which I really appreciate.
Absolutely. That's a necessity.
So anyway, Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme.
Sorcerer Supreme. Not to be confused with a Taco Supreme from Taco Bell.
I don't know that anyone would ever get those two confused, but thank you for the modifier. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
He could have filled a couple different roles, I guess, because he is the Sorcerer Supreme, but I feel like he's really smart and he could find that knowledge and stuff. I don't think he would be a good warrant officer. I don't know why. So him and Data could probably switch roles back and forth, which you do cross-training in a Special Forces ODA, so that would be true to life. Now, the two lead roles, the team leader, which is an officer, and then the team sergeant, which is who's responsible for really getting a lot of stuff done. The team leader is a captain on an ODA, and they are responsible for everything getting done, but they are not the ones who do a lot of the groundwork. The guy who really leads the team is the team sergeant. Mm-hmm. And the team leader, a good team leader, knows that he is there to facilitate what the team sergeant needs because he's an officer and he can use his rank to kind of get things done. So, and a lot of, I found this out, a lot of foreign militaries, like they have this kind of view of officers, this really high view of officers. So like, even though the team sergeant is the one who's probably going to have the knowledge and be able to get things done, they don't want to talk to anybody but an officer. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of weird. So you need that officer to kind of facilitate, cross-cultural, relationships and stuff. But my team sergeant would be Adler from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Good leader.
Yeah, really good leader. But he's also a guy who will do anything to get the job done. And I appreciate that. He can either be your friend and, he can convince you and stuff, or he can kind of subtly manipulate you. Or just take you to project, what is it? The mind control one. Ultra. What is it? Ultra.
When you're like sitting in the chair.
I played the game. When they basically brainwash Bell. Spoiler alert. In the main character in the game, and he's actually a Russian dude, and they brainwash him into thinking that he's an American dude. But MK Ultra is that was an actual like program I think they had in the military. So anyway, good leader, strong personality. You got to have strong personalities for this team. And then the team leader would be Commander Shepard from the Mass Effect series. Okay. Either Fem Shepard, male Shepard, doesn't matter. Shepard is Shepard. He's the greatest commander in all the galaxy. These are all games that I am either currently playing or have played, so I have some experience, except for Minecraft.
Because that's lame.
I don't believe that. Listen, I support you.
Why don't you go stack some blocks?
Come over to my Twitch channel, folks, and I'll support you and I'll love you, and you can just actually, Cameron, you probably be on there too.
Yeah, I come on sometimes. Exclusive contract with Izzy Stream.
That's right. All right, that's my team. What do you think, Cameron?
Not bad, but pales in comparison to my Ranger platoon.
Oh, come on.
It's okay. I mean,
show me, man.
The thing about the Ranger platoon, I struggled with putting this together just because instead of an ODA, which is 12 guys, a Ranger platoon is little north of like 36 guys. So obviously I don't have time to talk about 36 different characters here. Or do I have the mental capacity to come up with 36 characters, right? So, I mean, I'm just going to put together just some of the iconic roles in the Ranger platoon, which you obviously have your platoon sergeant, PL, RTO, medic, 1st through 3rd squad leaders, and your weapon squad leaders.
So yeah, the command structure.
Yeah, the command structure, okay. And maybe I'll throw in some onesies or twosies in there as team leaders or like saw gunners or something that I feel like they would be good. Right. But I mean, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Let me tell you what my superior Ranger platoon is constructed of. And my platoon sergeant, the guy that keeps the gears moving, the senior enlisted in the platoon is going to be Captain Price.
Great pick.
Great prick. Yeah, Captain Price not only does he have an awesome mustache, but he's got an awesome prick as well.
he's a great prick. Yeah.
Great prick. But no, he's for obvious reasons, I'm putting him in charge. Obviously, he's a captain, but he's got so much military experience in the games. The dude is like a phantom. He's in almost every single Call of Duty
franchise. Is kind of like the multiverse character in the Call of Duty series.
Yeah, he's done it all. He's stacked bodies. He's captured people. He's assassinated some of the greatest coalition enemies. I mean, the enemies of the nations he's fighting. He's done it all. So the amount of experience this guy brings to the table, I feel like he would be able to fulfill a platoon sergeant role extremely easily.
Even though it's a bit of a demotion.
Yeah, it's a bit of a demotion, but hey, nobody wants to be brass, man. Yeah. Everybody wants to be either a squad leader or a fire team leader because those are the best jobs in the infantry.
That's when I went to the recruiter's office. He said, "You have college experience. Do you want to go for officer?" I'm like, "No, I want to go actually out into the field and actually do stuff." Yeah,
exactly. So Captain Price is my platoon sergeant, and I'm okay with that. All right, for my platoon leader, our officer, I'm going to choose Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
Do they, Gandalf?
A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives exactly when he means to.
That's something that an officer would say.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not late. I arrive. When I arrive, then I'm on time.
It's exactly. Well, I picked Gandalf because he's extremely cunning and he's wise, and he's a fucking wizard. So that's like obvious reasons for, that's obvious qualifications that he is fit to lead a platoon, not to mention he has experience leading the Fellowship.
Yeah.
And I mean, although they do break apart.
They did break apart.
Because of his original death, but then he comes back as Gandalf the White. And but hey.
He reclassed. Yeah,
exactly. He reclassed a warrant officer.
Now, and one thing I'm sure you'll appreciate. I mean, he can have a good time, too. He smokes weed. He drinks.
Yeah. He does it all, man. He's one of the boys. So I think he would be an awesome pick for a PL just because he's got combat experience, which, not a lot of officers do. They just move pieces, but this guy would be in the shit with you. Mm-hmm. And he, can get on a personal level with everybody. I mean, when he's with Merry and Pippin, he takes... I believe, does he take Pippin to... Yeah, he takes Pippin over with him when he's doing the research on the ring, and then he just basically moves those pieces very well. So as a platoon leader, I think Gandalf would be an awesome. Plus, I would love to hear his stories, and I'd want to teach...
stories for days.
I'd want him to teach me how to blow a Viking ship out of smoke. That would be the ultimate success.
I'm glad you added the out of smoke part, because other's that phrase was...
Blow a Viking ship. Entire Viking ship.
That's a different podcast.
Dangerous.
That's dangerous. This is the wrong channel. Wrong channel for that video. But, moving on, my medic. So I was kind of split in two with two characters here, but I'll put down my original choice, and it's going to be Sergeant First Class Kurt Schmid from Black Hawk Down. So, great movie, one of my all-time favorite movies. I watch it at least once a year, just because Somalia and Operation Gothic Serpent was such a revolutionary battle that showed how hard Americans can fight. And I mean, it was a crazy battle. I mean, when the two birds went down, a lot of shit went wrong, and the Rangers and Delta Force were able to still be successful. And with the training they had, they were able to get out there. And then 10th Mountain moved in and really played a supportive role. A lot of people don't know that 10th Mountain Division was actually imperative to that operation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, it was Rangers and Delta. But no, 10th Mountain was there. So all the 10th Mountain guys listening, thanks for being there. But yeah, Sergeant First Class Kurt Schmid, he was actually... So in the movie, he's portrayed as a Ranger in the film, but he was actually a Delta Force medic.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's just one of those Hollywood little switcheroos. But yeah, the dude... and he's played by Hugh Dancy in the film, but he, was the entire time he was working on casualties, bringing dudes out and treating them. I'm pretty sure that's the guy in the scene where they're bunkered down and when Delta comes in with under night vision and takes control of that RPG vehicle, and he's just he sneaks up on him.
Yeah.
And how they're all working on the guys in the building, and he's like, we got to get this out now. So that's Kurt Schmid.
Oh, cool.
So a lot of battlefield trauma experience. That's why I picked him as my medic. But my other choice was Thrall from World of Warcraft. Super different ends of the spectrum. Yeah, super ends. Because I'm a big WoW fan, right?
Okay.
I grew up playing World of Warcraft. That's one thing about me that a lot of people don't know. Is even when I was in Ranger Regiment, I was still playing World of Warcraft.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so I've been playing that game since...
I have more respect for you now, Cam.
Yeah, I've been playing that game since Wrath of the Lich King. So, and then I'm on and off now. But Thrall is an iconic character in the World of Warcraft series, and he's a shaman. And he's actually... led the Horde. He was the war chief for a long time before Garrosh Hellscream came in and took over. So he's a shaman, so he has all the powers of nature. And in the game, shamans can act as a healer role.
Okay.
So he can definitely, not only is he a warrior class, but he's also a shaman class. So it's he can go crush skulls or he can heal them,
Nice.
So I think that would be a cool little medic to have. Plus could be right there with you, just crushing skulls and defeating the enemy.
Yeah.
But that would be my second choice for medic. But I'm going to go with Kurt Schmid just because he's a real-life hero. He's Delta Force, which obviously my experience with guys in Delta, those are some tough motherfuckers. I thought Rangers were good until I went over to the Delta Force compound and trained with them for 3 weeks. And then I realized we ain't shit, and Delta is the real deal. But yeah, man. Moving on.
Good choice.
For my RTO... I picked Neo from The Matrix. Very tech-savvy guy, even though, he's all about, in the movie, it's all dodging bullets and everything. But, I mean, I feel like he's got a superior knowledge of technology just because to get in that universe, you had to be obviously had some sort of knowledge with all the tech he's using. So I figured, if Neo can figure out how to use a 117 Golf or an ASIP or he'd know how to program a radio.
He could see the Matrix programming
exactly.
and just put his hand in there and make it work.
Yeah, he could see the wavelengths going off and he's like...
The holidays start here at Baker's with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey or spicy turkey tacos, your go-to shrimp cocktail, or your first Cajun risotto, Baker's has all the freshest ingredients to embrace your traditions. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
We've locked in low prices to help you save big store-wide. Look for the locked in low prices tags and enjoy extra savings throughout the store. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
The terrain is really restrictive here. And he'll be like, okay, we gotta lower our freaks. And then he'd be like, whoosh, and all of a sudden he'd create this antenna out of nothing, and we'd be able to communicate with anybody. So Neo, he's badass, he's combat proven, he knows how to dance around with the bad guys. Plus he's got a baseline knowledge for tech, so I'm like, he could be a good RTO.
Great, good
He'd
choice.
be great.
All these guys, you could see them doing their jobs, but then also fighting, which I guess would be the point in a Ranger battalion.
Oh, absolutely. We're all fighters at the end of the day. Just like all Marines are riflemen. All Marines are infantry, even if they're cooks. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's kind of the basis I went with my element. Is their secondary is their main, kind of, but their primary is a warfighter.
Nice.
So, okay. So Neo is my RTO, and I feel like he'd be a great RTO. So for my first squad leader, I picked Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, Jason Momoa?
No, not the Jason Momoa version. Arnie, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the original Conan. Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them kneel before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. Yeah, dude. For some reason, I'm super connected to like medieval warriors for some reason. Like, I was starting
he's
to
ancient,
get,
man.
yeah, he's ancient, and he is the original standard for Rangers. I mean, he crushed ass, first of all. He drank his face off. He was jacked. I mean, he was everything that Rangers are.
Passing out in the oatmeal.
Just passing out and, everything. So I think, as a squad leader, your main purpose is to destroy the enemy, right? You're moving your pieces. I mean, you're moving your team leaders that are moving their privates, and he would be... He's a master of conflict, essentially, back in that time. And I really found myself gravitating to, like, medieval warriors. So I think Conan, as a squad leader, would be amazing.
I would follow him. Like, he's an inspiring.
Yeah, he is a very
people see him like, oh, yeah, we're going to win everything.
We're going to win. Look at that guy's packs. So Conan the Barbarian, even though I did Arnold Schwarzenegger, I did like the Jason Momoa version.
Oh, okay. I never saw it. Admittedly, I never saw it.
It's good. I mean, it's definitely, how they remake a movie and like it had
It
potential
loses
back
its
in the
soul.
day.
Yeah.
But this one I actually found very entertaining. It's like it's very well done as far as like combat in medieval. It's really bloody.
I drink, I slay.
Yeah, it's bloody, it's gory, it's everything that Conan, what they didn't have back then to be able to make the movie like awesome as far as just like technology, like CGI and all that. No, the new one is good, but I'm gonna go with Arnie just because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, so why not?
All right.
Okay, for my second squad leader, I picked Master Chief. So Master Chief, for obvious reasons, loads and loads and loads of combat experience fighting the Covenant and fighting the Flood.
Yep.
He obviously leads from the front, and he has people underneath him, like the the USMC.
USNC or something
USNC,
like that? Yeah.
And I mean, those dudes follow him to the pits of hell.
Oh yeah.
So he's an amazing leader. He knows, how to get the job done, and in the Ranger Creed. The Ranger Creed is though I be the lone survivor, right? He is literally, and
that is the case most of the time.
Yeah, I know, and literally he is. Yeah, that is the case.
Maybe it
most
doesn't
of the time.
bode well for his guys because it's like I'm gonna be the lone survivor, which means all of you are gonna be dead.
Yeah, literally, and I mean most of the time they are because Master Chief is a genetically enhanced human and he can just get it done. But as a squad leader, Master Chief would be badass to work with. He's an amazing fighter, and whatever the mission is, he will get it done.
Now, not a platoon sergeant. Like,
Not a platoon sergeant.
I could see him in a leadership role.
I could see that too, but I think Captain Price has a little bit more of conventional military experience where to fit this format. Like, I want my squad leaders to just be the ultimate badasses. And even though Captain Price is an ultimate badass, I feel like he has more of a understanding of conventional military tactics. So he would be able, even though he's, less dangerous than Master Chief, I would prefer a more dangerous person in a squad leader role, which is in the fight, than a platoon sergeant who's like kind of has to take that step back and move his pieces.
All right.
So my more direct action guys are my squad leaders.
Nice.
My third squad leader is Lieutenant Aldo Rain from Inglourious Bastards. Now you're like, why would you throw Aldo Rain in there?
Right.
It's weird. It's super weird,
He's
right?
an officer.
Because I have Conan the Barbarian, I have, I have Master Chief, and then Aldo Rain.
And you can do whatever you want. So
Yeah, literally. And because this is my platoon, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. But I chose Aldo Rain because he's such an iconic character in Glorious Bastards. He's an officer, but he acts enlisted.
Yeah.
And he understands. I mean, he runs that crew of mischievous men, and they do the job they want, right? And they get the job done.
Yep.
And he's a very inspirational figure. I mean, all the boys love him. So I just feel like as a squad leader, that's a pretty good characteristic to have, is just personability. And Aldo Rain really fits that. Plus, he's, the mission he gets is the mission he's gonna perform. I mean, his whole...
I want my scalps.
Yeah, he's like, I want my scalps. And no, I just think he'd be an awesome squad leader to have, even though he's not like as genetically enhanced as Master Chief or as jacked as Conan the Barbarian. He adds another aspect. I'm basically trying to build this platoon as far as strengths, and other leaders' weaknesses, they mesh together. So
Complement one another.
They complement each other. So
Nice.
I think Aldo Rain has that competitive edge of personality to where he would be really useful in the fight. And he's a master of unconventional warfare.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that entire operation is in civilian clothes, infiltrating behind enemy lines.
Yeah, they were marauding through France the entire time.
And they have no support.
Yeah.
So he's, I'm surprised you didn't take him for your ODA for being unconventional warfare. But I was glad you didn't, so I could throw him in there. Plus, I think he's extremely funny, and he has really good one-liners.
And that's
so.
important,
That's
morale.
extreme. The morale.
That's kind of why I got Desmond Dawson. You want somebody to kind of freshen things up.
Yeah.
Gareth Gainsborough cooking for everybody.
I know. That's why I picked Aldo Rain. So I think he's a good one. His strengths are definitely not, make up for the weaknesses in Conan and Master Chief that are just lead slingers. Okay, now for my weasel, for my weapon squad leader, I went and picked Doom Guy. Doom Guy.
The Doomslayer.
Yeah, the Doomslayer, Doom Guy, what have you. He's got multiple names, but he is feared in the pits of hell because he just has a crap ton of weapons and he just murders people, which, I mean, is what the weapon squad leader is supposed to do.
Does he ever speak in that series? I haven't played Doom or Doom Eternal. Does he ever have any lines? He's just a silent killer.
He's just a silent killer.
It's like a virus.
I think he says one thing like every now and then, he literally just pounds a face. And he's got a bunch of different weapons. So he's a master of weapons, especially heavy weapons. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, all the weapons he uses are brutal. I mean, he's got the chainsaw guns. He's got the machine guns. He's got everything. He's got that giant sword that he murders people with. Yeah, he just fits a weapon squad leader personality, which is literally kill everything with big ass guns. So Doom Guy is my weapon squad leader, no doubt about that one. But yeah, man, that would be pretty much my entire section or platoon, if you will. I was trying to figure out, like, can I add like a TSE or like a K9 guy or like
Who
a
would be
sniper?
your K9 guy just off the top of your head?
Oh man, K9 guy.
Because you get to choose, like, if I'm thinking K9, I'm not thinking a dog. I'm thinking like just a K9 type unit. So a guy and then some sort of monster that he gets to like wrangle,
control,
like a dragon or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Man, that's so interesting. Like someone that uses an animal to aid him.
Yeah, exactly.
Off the top of my head, I can't think. The only thing I go back to World of Warcraft because all the hunter classes they have like an animal, and I can't think of a hunter right off the top of my head.
You're right. I kind of put you on the spot.
Do you have a recommendation?
Echo the Dolphin, Sega Saturn.
He-Man, he's got that tiger.
He-Man and Cringer, yeah. Or He-Man and then Battle Cat? Yeah, Battle Cat.
Or, I mean, what's his name? From Walking Dead.
Oh, how about Daenerys from Game of Thrones? She's got those three
Oh,
dragons.
yeah,
Danny and
Daenerys
the Dragon.
Targaryen.
Yeah.
Man, that would be good. That wouldn't be
cool.
too bad there.
Before
She's-
season 8.
Yeah,
Danny
before season 8. Of course.
The show ended on season 7, so
You're right. That's right. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So
Yep, so there you go. There's a sniper. Who would be a good sniper? Who's a long-range cat that you can think of over the top of your head?
Jackson from Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. That would be a good one.
or the Chris Kyle,
No seals on this team. No seals.
James McAvoy from Wanted.
James
Oh.
McAvoy,
They do some
he can
pretty-
curve bullets.
He can curve the bullet.
Yeah, but they also do like those incredible long range.
Oh, that's right. Like in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, and at the end when he ices Morgan Freeman.
That's
Yeah.
right. He does ice Morgan Freeman.
From a long distance away. There you go. There's my sniper.
There you go. Cool. Good one. Good on the spot answers.
Absolutely, man. Well, that's pretty much my list. I think it's pretty good. I think it's way better than your list.
I disagree, but nobody's perfect.
It's okay. Hey, different mission set,
Different mission set, yeah.
Absolutely.
What I love is hearing your thought process behind why you chose each guy, like especially the platoon leaders. Like you really put a lot of thought into those ones because those are the guys that interact most with their squads or the squad leaders rather. Yeah,
Gandalf, right?
Yeah, Gandalf.
Gandalf.
I follow Gandalf anywhere, man.
I know, me too. I think he's a great PL. But hell, I think this would be a good time to transition to our game. Since I'm not seeing the game on my monitor, that means it's you.
That's me.
You were the game master today.
Yeah, I'm the game master now.
I'm the game master now.
All right, so our game today, Cameron, is a classic game. It's a two truths and a lie.
OG classic.
So we're going to talk about a couple. I've got three different movies here, and I'm going to tell you three things about them, and then you're going to tell me which one of the two truths or which one's a lie, basically.
Okay.
So two things are true, and then two of them are lies. So
okay.
I'm ready. First one we're going to talk about is something that I'm sure you'll do well in. We're going to talk about the movie MacGruber.
And I got my Mandalorian blaster here, so I'm ready.
Gift, our early Christmas gift.
Yeah, from Chris. He got us novelty items.
All right, so the first piece of information, the first fact, is naming members of MacGruber's team. Naming members of MacGruber's team: Tut Beamer, Brick Hughes, Tanker Lutz, Hoss Bender, and so forth was done for legal reasons. Like the names, the goofy names that the guys got were done for legal reasons.
And is that a lie?
That's the first fact. That's the first fact. Yeah, that's the first
you made
fact.
it sound like that was the end all be all.
Sorry,
I was a little confused.
Yeah,
you're terrible.
That's the first fact. I'm just getting warmed up. I have to warm up too.
Done for legal reasons.
The second fact is the name of MacGruber comes from a mix between the names of MacGyver and Hans Gruber. They just thought it was a funny sounding name.
Okay.
That's the second fact. And then the third fact is Maya Rudolph was 8 months pregnant while filming MacGruber. Three facts. So the naming stuff was done for legal reasons. The name of Gruber comes from a mix between MacGyver and Hans Gruber because they thought it sounded funny.
Is Hans Gruber the villain in that movie?
Hans Gruber is the villain from Die Hard, the first Die Hard.
Okay. Yes.
And then the third fact is Maya Rudolph was 8 months pregnant while filming MacGruber. Which one of those
is Maya Rudolph his wife in the movie? You gotta film it.
She's the dead wife.
Dead wife?
That he has ghost sex with.
Okay,
ghost sex, that's right.
That one, yeah. Okay. I would believe she was pregnant because the entire movie she's wearing really baggy clothing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say that is a truth. I'm going to go and say that the lie is the MacGruber naming it because Hans Gruber sounded funny and MacGyver. I don't think the Hans Gruber part is correct, but the MacGyver part is definitely correct. And then the names were done for legal reasons.
Okay. You are correct.
Yes!
Yes. The name Hans Gruber, the mix between MacGyver and Gruber is a lie. Next one. Listen, focus. This is really important and there are dire consequences for you getting this wrong.
Okay.
Ocean's 11.
Oh, great.
This is the second one. So, three facts about this movie. Bruce Willis was originally supposed to be the star of the film. That's the first fact. Second fact.
George Clooney's the star of the film.
In the film, George Clooney, and Brad Pitt, and Don Cheadle, and a bunch of other people. Yeah. And Matt Damon. Don Cheadle, who plays Basher, is actually uncredited in the film. He has to have his name taken off the film. That's the second fact. The third fact is the original script was only 60 pages and the rest was improv on set. Which one of those is true and a lie?
What was the first one again?
Bruce Willis was originally supposed to play the star of the film. That's the first fact. Second fact is Don Cheadle, who plays Basher, actually is uncredited in the film. He asked to have his name.
I have an answer.
What is your answer?
The first one is a lie. Bruce Willis was not supposed to play the original guy, and the other two are true.
Okay. You are wrong.
Oh man, what am I wrong about?
The third fact, the original script was only 60 pages long and the rest was improvised. That's a lie. The original script was actually 165 pages and was pared down to 115. Steven Soderbergh, that makes sense because he's like a big time filmmaker and he would probably want to have a lot of stuff into it.
Okay.
But,
Well, I can't say I'm not disappointed in myself, but
you're
I have
50-50.
redemption.
Yeah, this is your chance. If you get this right, it automatically makes the other answers automatically right.
Okay,
That's
cool.
how this works.
That's perfect. I'm glad.
So the last one is the movie The Dirty Dozen.
The Dirty Dozen.
Dirty Dozen, World War II film. Great film, actually. I need to watch that again sometime.
I haven't seen it actually.
Oh,
So
we
this
should
is
watch.
We should watch.
Pop Culture Field Manual Movie Night.
Yes.
You're all invited. Lee Marvin referred to this movie as crap and just a dummy moneymaker, although he enjoyed the film. Right, that's the first fact. The second fact is Jim Brown, who played for the Browns, rushed for 1,524 yards the season after making the movie. All right. And the last fact is MGM's biggest moneymaker, 1967. Dirty Dozen was MGM's biggest moneymaker that year, 1967.
Okay.
Which is true, what's a lie?
What was the first one again?
The first one is Lee Marvin referred to the movie as crap and just a dummy movie.
But he enjoyed
moneymaker. Yeah, but he enjoyed the film, yeah.
See, that don't make no sense to me. That don't make no goddamn sense.
What the hell is that thing?
Yeah, how can you be like, this is just a dumb movie, but I liked it?
Yeah. Well, you can people watch
Yeah.
The Bachelor,
Yeah, I watched The Bachelor.
For context, Cameron, Lee Marvin is the lead actor. He's like the I don't know if he's a sergeant or a captain or whatever, but
Okay,
he
so
leads
he's-
the Dirty Dozen in the movie.
Okay, then I'm gonna say that is the truth. And what is it? Jim Brown was the
Jim
second?
Brown.
Jim Brown
He played for the
rushing,
Browns.
and
Rushed for
he was in the
1,500
movie as
yards.
well.
And he was in the movie, and he rushed for 1,524 yards the season after he made the movie.
Okay, and then the third one was Q.
And the third one was MGM's biggest moneymaker.
I'll say that's the truth. I'll say Jim Brown. Actually, I'm gonna say that the first one was a lie. Jim Brown did rush that amount of yards, which is a feat, and then MGM's biggest moneymaker.
You are wrong. You're a failure. You're bad at everything.
Jim Brown was not Russian, was he?
He actually retired from football so he could finish making the movie, and also he was bored because he was so good at football.
Oh, okay.
He was just so good at football that he's like, there's nothing else for me to do.
Football or die.
Can you imagine being like so good at something that you're like, I can't. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I cannot. Because I'm not that good at anything. He retired when he was 30.
Really?
Yeah, because
Look at Tom Brady. It was just like, I guess I'm just gonna die as a
it
quarterback.
was a different time.
Yeah, it was a different
You
time.
couldn't play till you were 50 back then.
Yeah.
Coward.
That's wild.
Coward. But okay.
He's still in the Hall of Fame.
Nice.
He's still one of the best rushers ever.
Ask me if I care.
Cameron, do you
He's got
care?
a Ranger tab?
He
He
does.
doesn't have a Ranger.
Yeah, he was in the Rangers.
No, he wasn't.
The Dirty,
No, he wasn't.
Dirty Dozen sounds like an ODA team, so he's a Green Beret, right?
Absolutely. Okay, move on to the next one because I'm starting to get angry with myself.
There are no next ones, Cameron.
was
That's
all?
the end of the game.
And I failed.
And you failed.
Okay.
So I'm really happy. I'm happy when you fail.
That's okay. That's what friends are for, right?
That's really, to beat you down so you can build yourself back up.
Exactly. Hey, you know how you build a bigger, stronger bridge? You absolutely destroy the base of it,
That's right.
and then you can rebuild it. That was my philosophy.
That's right. Just like, what is his character's name in that one movie who said that thing? Forget it. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I was thinking of Captain America Winter Soldier when he says, if you have to build something up, you have to destroy the previous one. It's the same concept, but I totally messed it up.
It's okay. I know it's somewhere in that brain of yours.
It's
you probably
very,
got it right.
very deep.
But hey, we hope you guys enjoyed this, and we hope you guys got something out of this podcast in your car, preferably that Minecraft is lame. But hell, if you guys have your own list of badasses for your own PCFM,
We know you do.
We know you do because you guys are opinionated motherfuckers.
Yeah. That's why we like you.
Yeah, we do like you. Go ahead and send us that list to pcfmpodcast@gmail.com, or if you just want to say what up, you can do that as well. We'd love to hear from you. We will respond to your emails. We read every single one of them. What else you got from the Israel?
Folks, if you want to hang out with me a little bit more, you can go to my Twitch page, twitch.tv/myhappyself, and myhappyself2 on Instagram if you want to come and say hi. So.
Yeah, and
Cameron?
if you guys want to check us out on Instagram, go ahead and look at PCFM Podcast on Instagram. We release a new podcast every single Wednesday, and our YouTube is up, and we will be dropping new YouTube videos of these podcasts so you guys can see us in the flesh every Friday.
That's right.
If you guys want to support my streetwear brand, go ahead and check out Kit God Apparel. That's KITGOD Apparel on Instagram or on our website, www.kickoutapparel.com. As always, cue music.
The holidays start here at Baker's with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey or spicy turkey tacos, your go-to shrimp cocktail, or your first Cajun risotto, Baker's has all the freshest ingredients to embrace your traditions. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
We've locked in low prices to help you save big store-wide. Look for the locked in low prices tags and enjoy extra savings throughout the store. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
The holidays start here at Baker's with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey or spicy turkey tacos, your go-to shrimp cocktail, or your first Cajun risotto, Baker's has all the freshest ingredients to embrace your traditions. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
We've locked in low prices to help you save big store-wide. Look for the locked in low prices tags and enjoy extra savings throughout the store. Baker's, fresh for everyone.